Hey guys, this is Robin from over at livingthesimplelifenow.com. I'm just doing one of my informal vlogs where I just talk about kind of the progress that I'm making in simplifying my life and some of the struggles that I find and some of the successes that I find. And it's been a couple weeks since I made one of these, and I'm planning on making one every week. I've had a rough couple of weeks. I won't go into all of it, but my son has had health problems. I've had health problems. Some of my health problems have gotten worse. And I've just sort of focused on kind of taking care of myself. Maybe, and I need to work on, one of my goals is to work on that in different ways, but it's just easy to kind of not want to do things when you're under so much stress. So that's kind of where I've been the last few weeks. I allowed myself to take some time off work, and so that actually was helpful, because sometimes I push myself too hard in my work. I mean, I do this blog and I do some other stuff too, and sometimes I push myself too hard, and then I get stressed out about that. But then if I don't work enough, then I'm kind of depressed because I'm not working enough. So and depending on my stress levels in my life, it's always a balancing act every week. So this week I am focusing on taking care of myself. I've had terrible insomnia. I literally the other night was up all night long, and I even took sleeping aids, and I still was up all night long. So and I thought it was going to happen again last night, and it had happened the night before. And it's just one of the ways my body reacts to stress. And I think health has a lot to do with that as well. And so I set a goal last week before I started having those problems of just taking better care of myself and wanting to take better care of myself during hard times. It's so easy for me to run to McDonald's or eat a pizza, kind of as comfort food when I'm going through a hard time. But it's much better for me. And those things are okay sometimes. I think it's fine to have comfort food. But I find myself much more healthy, feeling much more better if I juice once a day. And it can be like broccoli and kale or carrots. I always throw apples in for sweetness. And it doesn't taste nearly as bad as it sounds if you throw enough apples in. I just throw apples in to knock off the bitterness. But I always immediately feel better after I juice. And I have asthma, so I don't know if that's why. But I can always breathe better after I juice. So that's something I'm trying to incorporate into my daily life, and I'm hoping that I'll do that after I do this video. I've shot several videos, and I've had all sorts of, I got a new camera. Yay, I'm shooting from the Samsung S5, so the quality should be higher. Last time I shot, I had it, but my tripod was too small because it's so big, so I had to get a different tripod. So I've got the right tripod for it now, but some of the old videos that I still haven't loaded onto YouTube are going to be from my old, I think it was just called Samsung S. It was only 2 years old, but it was like a dinosaur in the phone world. But the video just wasn't as high quality. So when I picked out a new phone, since I want to do more vlogging, I wanted the highest quality camera on the market, and the Samsung S5 was it, so that's why I got it. And I already was an Android person. I thought about becoming an iPhone person, but I know the Android, and I just like it, and so I stuck with it. So hopefully the videos are going to start improving. The next few that come out may still be lower quality because I've changed cameras, we've upped the internet speed, got a new tripod, and had to buy a new video editing program. And I'm still learning the video editing program, but I'm not happy with the quality that it's been loading onto YouTube, so I've deleted some videos. And I think I'm just going to edit them, and then instead of having it upload the videos to YouTube, I'm going to upload them myself. So kind of technical stuff, but that's kind of where I'm hoping, and I'm hoping that the videos will start coming out faster, because I have a lot sitting in Dropbox and on my computer hard drive that are waiting to be edited or loaded, but I just haven't been happy with the quality. And that's actually when I was up all night the other night. I was pretty much only working on video editing. And I think I figured some stuff out. It's amazing at 3 in the morning when you're working on video editing what you can figure out. But so one of my goals is taking care of myself. And it's not just taking care of myself, it's the want to behind it. And I think your life is much more simpler when you don't feel like you have to. It's warm outside. It's May in Michigan as I shoot this. I need to start getting outside and exercising. It's such a precious time of year because we had the worst winter in 130 years. So we really had an awful, awful winter. So it is really, really precious right now that we're getting some like 60-degree weather and even some 70-degree weather. And I've been trying to make myself sit out in the sun, and I need to get back into exercising. The exercising aggravates my autoimmune disease, the Epstein-Barr that I have. So it's another balancing act. If I exercise too much, I get sick. But I think I'll feel better if I exercise. So I've just got to find that right balance. That's kind of where I am. Also focusing on whole foods and veggies and keeping the junk food at a minimum. I'll never be the kind of person that doesn't eat junk food and doesn't eat pizza once a week. I mean, I just probably won't ever be that way because it just really makes me happy. But if I eat very healthy other times, then I think I'm good. I'm also working on learning ways to reduce stress. 2 years ago, my mother-in-law was sick with ALS and died, and that was an extremely hard time in my life. I'm going through some personal struggles that I won't even get into on camera just out of respect for some of the people that are involved. But it's not my husband. My husband is like totally awesome and supporting me. But I've just been going through an extremely difficult time with one particular person in my life. And it has just, that combined with health issues, combined with my son's health issues, I'm just starting to feel like, my goodness, this is like the hardest time of my life. Not a good place to be at in your life, but you can always look up and think, okay, when this is over, I'm going to be stronger. But I really am starting to feel that way, just the not sleeping and sometimes not even wanting to eat, or when I do eat, eating bad. So learning to handle the stress. I'm taking a class off of Udemy, and I'll put a link to it, called The Science of Happiness. And I'm in the middle of it right now, and so far it is excellent. I'm really geeky about neuroscience and what happens in your brain when you're happy and what happens in your brain when you're depressed. And there's a lot of things that you can do to your brain to kind of change the way it functions. And I need to write more about that. I've probably mentioned it in other vlogs. If this interests you, Google neuroplasticity. It's fascinating. And this is kind of, the science of happiness is kind of looking at some of this, but I'll post a link to that if you're interested in taking that. It is really, really good, and the girl that is teaching it is really, really good. So I've been so far happy with that. And I'm learning to scale back on goals. I'm notorious for writing a really long list of goals and knowing I'm not going to accomplish them all, but then I kind of get stressed out because I don't accomplish them all. Now that I'm going through kind of a difficult time in my life, even the shorter list of goals that I was trying to create, I can't always even meet those. So I'm trying to scale back my expectations on myself, focus on what's important, and just kind of cut myself some slack. I think we all have times. There's times we need to push ourselves in our life. There's times we need to give ourselves some slack. I'm at a time in my life where I need to give myself some slack and not be pushing myself for like these major achievements that normally I'm trying to push myself towards. And it's okay because it won't be that way forever. So smaller expectations of myself and seeking out things I enjoy. I absolutely love being outdoors. And so summer is here, or it's coming. It's officially starting, I think, this week. And my kids are going to be getting out of school in a few weeks, which will make working a little more challenging. And it will make some things challenging because they're at that age where they fight a lot. But I think overall it's going to be good for us to spend time together, especially with my son and his health condition, because he's not been happy at school. And I think that's impacting his health. I finished but need to review the Information Diet that I've talked about in my last couple of vlogs. Very good book. I highly recommend it. I will do a full review on it and you can check that out. And it is not what I thought it would be, but that was not a bad thing. The book I'm reading now, and this is funny because I always read everything on my Kindle or my phone, and I'm just trying to curb my spending because it's so easy for me to buy Kindle books. But this one I actually found at the library, and I had read about this concept called anti-fragile. And the concept behind anti-fragile, if you're not familiar with it, and I wasn't, is something that's obviously not fragile, but it goes beyond the concept of resiliency. When you're resilient, you bounce back to the way you were before. When this concept that this author, he coined the term anti-fragile, is actually going through turbulent times and not only bouncing back to where you were before, but bouncing back a better person, a stronger person. And it gets very technical, so it's going to be kind of a hard read, not in a bad way, but just very technical. He's a very deep guy, very philosophical, but he talks, even about in nature, how, we have to, nature, like if we didn't have thunderstorms and things like that, and the tension that arises even in nature is necessary for a healthy environment, and it's true in our own lives. And based on this vlog, you can tell why I need to read that. But his name is Nassim Nicholas Taleb, and I will read it. It's going to take me a while because it's very long and very tedious, but it's fascinating. And I'm just having to force myself to read a paper book, which is funny. So that is my vlog for this week, and I hope everybody has a great week of simplifying. I hope to post more. I'm still in the middle of my decluttering project. I hope to post more of the videos that I have filmed. I hope to film more and write more on, I think, stress, reducing stress and happiness, because that's where I am in life right now. So this is Robin signing off. Head over to my website if you'd like to simplify your life to livingthesimpleLifeNow.com, and you can get a free ebook, 101 Ways to Simplify Your Life Overnight. Thanks, and I'll see you next week.